Sky Prophet, baby. Back with another video, man. Hope your spirit's still up, direction still where it need to be. And head space, man. Spaces and places. I ain't gonna hold you up. I just got a quick message, man. I want you to picture the word ball. You can walk up to somebody, you can say the word ball. People gonna take that different. Some of us gonna take it like going enjoy ourselves. Some of us gonna take it like it's a sport. You know, we gonna play basketball. All right, you could take the sun, for instance, and you could say the same thing to an individual, you know? So I just started off with that. That's perceptions that we have. You know, we look at it like it's patterns and cycles that we go through, but I want you to understand how deep it is. This is like a nationwide consciousness within everybody. You know, it's so many people. It's the duality with it. Put it like that. You can probably go around the world and ask them same two questions, and you're gonna see the duality of how our mind frame is, and it's according to the lessons that we went through. Some of us is easier to get out of cycles, and some of us is not. But we gotta understand this part of it. Whenever I say a word to you, you're supposed to have a trigger, a ignition, whatever you want to call it. Your neuron's supposed to go off in your brain for you to have thought and think. But the terminology that we have within ourselves as far as how we think things go, what we think things is wrong. That's what we have to change, that part of it. Us being mindful is us understanding that, okay, we know it's not the right way. We also know I smoked dope, I don't know, since I was 17 years old. I smoked crack. I smoked primos. I was 17 years old, man. I got introduced to that shit. And I mean, like, I'm only years fresh in it, you know, as far as no desire, I don't want it, and my thought pattern don't affect me, nothing. But all before that, I can look back, it affected me from then on. When it first started, what it did was took all my desires from me. And when I wind up looking around, that was my only desire. That's how important our train of thought is, man. Like it's different. It's different brackets, different categories. You can say to everything, and it weighs on everybody in different ways, according to that lesson, that path that we own. Mind you, you ain't going through the shit you going through for nothing. Like, I understand now that I went through all I went through. Like I get it more and more now. Like, I get what I have to give. I never seen it in that sense ever before. Ever my whole life. I had a little experience, I was playing ball, you know, want to be a basketball player, but this is beyond that. The feelings that you feel is beyond that. Once you meet your higher self, you never gonna find that feeling nowhere outside of yourself ever again. Like, the feelings that I feel is not a person on this earth can make me feel like that. And I know that, I understand that. That's why it's important to love yourself, and it contradicts a lot of our lives, because that's how we all walk, because we all come from dark energy. You know, like I used to say, like, I love myself, but like I didn't treat others like I loved them. You know, and we can throw up some shit in the air, you know what I'm talking about? Like, the box of excuses, that shit is plentiful. Like, it's plentiful. And like, we make them bitches up daily. But mind you, all that shit is breaking the mirror, closing your ears, closing your mind off to what we supposed to be doing, bro. That's all it is, man. Excuse is just, we don't want to deal with that shit. We don't know how to deal with it. Fuck that, leave me alone with that shit. Like, and we find ourselves in these places because of these little patterns and cycles and shit. That shit stem all the way down to just simple words, bro. Like it's actual words, like one word you could tell certain people right now, and they gonna trigger. It'll fucking trigger them, bro. Because we got a lot of shit in our subconscious. Everything you hear goes in your head. It don't matter if you right here and they talking right there, and you could just hear them. You think you don't hear what they saying. That shit going clean in your ears, man. Like you full of sensors and shit, man. That shit is in your ear. It ain't gonna be that hard for you to remember. Somebody come and ask you a week later, hey man, you remember you was doing say, you gonna remember them boys talking? You don't remember the conversation, you remember them there. So understand how deep shit get. If you remember that, you got everything else in you. You just remember that. That's it. You ain't remember the rest yet. It's deep, man. Protect your energy, protect yourself to and from. Watch your surroundings, watch what you're taking ears, watch what you give out your mouth, man. Help somebody if you can. Give somebody some words of encouragement, man, if you can, man. Words of encouragement, man. We always try to think of ourselves in a certain way. We always trying to opinionate the situation and make ourselves better. Listen, if you see somebody looking down, that don't mean shit. They know they dropped something and they might just be looking for it. So don't assume nothing about them, bro. Till next time, man. Love everybody, bro. Sky Prophet, baby. Peace out.